Ditsy Dinosaur's Halloween. Ditsy Dinosaur looked in the puddle, then he looked at the sky, then he looked at his mother, and then he asked why. Why do people run and scream when they see us on the street? Why don't they even try to stop? Why don't they ever try to greet? His mother sighed. They are afraid. They see our eyes and our claws, and suddenly they run. It has to do with our size, or it's just because. Ditsy Dinosaur hung his head and walked up the hill with his mum. His mum looked at her sad little child and wondered how people could be so dumb. Ditsy loved flowers. Ditsy loved rain. Ditsy loved nature. He didn't love pain. Though he had big sharp teeth and fearsome scales all over, he'd never even squashed a bug. He loved eating clover. Ditsy's mother hugged him hard to show she loved him a lot, and of course to cheer him up. And then she had a thought. It would soon be Halloween, when kids dress up as monsters and ghosts. They knock on doors, shout trick or treat, and it's a candy treat they want the most. It would be the perfect time for him to meet some kids. They'd think he was in costume, and he could do what they did. So on Halloween night, she gave him a bag, and off they walked down the road to a town where they'd never been seen, and Mum hoped he'd come back with a load, not just of candy, although he'd like that, but also a lot of new friends. Ditsy just swallowed a couple of times. He was nervous of where it would end. They reached the town after dark and saw a lot of people in the street. Some were big and some were small. Some had funny shoes on their feet. Some were dressed as supermen, and some were kings and queens. Some were ghosts, and some were weird, and some just looked like teens. But the more they saw and laughed and played with vampires and piranha fish, the more Ditsy felt very strange, as if he could make a wish. Just then a star fell across the sky, and Ditsy said with his paws all crossed, I wish they were all my best friends, and that they'd never be lost. Then he saw the others doing the same, all of them making a wish as well. And then something amazing happened, something wonderful, something swell. They all took off their masks and saw to their surprise that all of them were dinosaurs, big or small or any old size. They'd all had the same idea. They'd all been quite alone. And now that they knew each other, never again to their mums would they moan, I wish I had a friend. I want to run and play. Instead, their mums would watch with glee as their kids enjoyed their day.